Next up, everyone talking about Dak's interceptions. How many of those bounced off wide receiver hands?
I don't know. You tell me, TG
Perfect
Peach.
example, end of Jags game last year.
Why are you pointing to me?
Ask the man.
Why are you pointing to me, though? I'm just telling you.
Ask the man in a box above.
All I'm saying is, you gotta.
That was Noah Brown, and it hit him right in the hands and popped up in the air, and the game was over.
They're sitting next to each other. Look at them.
When you look at these quarterbacks, you got to discount. That's all.
This isn't a sale. Okay, this ain't Black Friday.
All right, let's talk about the college quarterback. Mel Kiper released his first big board, and no surprise, he has USC's Caleb Williams as his runaway #1 overall. Caleb already looks like he'll run away with another Heisman Trophy, which will make him the first back-to-back winner since Archie Griffin in 1974 and 75. Keyshawn, you played for USC, but I need just a little objectivity here, please. What is Caleb's NFL ceiling?
Well, like all quarterbacks, and for the most part, all players in professional sports, right? Especially quarterbacks, young ones. Right situation, right circumstances. If you go to the wrong situation, the wrong circumstances,
I'll buy that.
You're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, see right? Baker Mayfield, but go ahead.
You can see Baker Mayfield. You can go David Carr.
Yep.
You can go a lot of different people
I agree.
in terms of this. So it all has to be, I don't want to say perfect, but to a point where you have the right offensive coordinator with the right mindset, the right head coach who understands how to utilize you.
See Brock Purdy last year. I mean,
so I think in terms of that, they'll understand what to do with him, and he could potentially become something, okay? But based on just college film and tape, we don't know if he's a consensus #1 overall pick just yet, because there's some poor kid that's sitting in, as we do every single year, that's sitting at like Missouri State in Pittsburgh somewhere.
Maybe.
6'7", 300 pounds, you know, arms to the ground, run 4.3. All of a sudden, he comes out of nowhere, and they say, well, we want to take him. I'm just saying. So we got to be.
There's the Drake May kid.
There's a whole litany of things that has to happen. As we all three of us know, the real process in evaluating Caleb and other college athletes start in December, when the regular season is over. And let me take you behind the curtain. Scouts compile the information. The decision makers, the head coach, general manager, presidents of teams, they don't really start diving into it until the season is over, because guess what they worried about? They worried about the Cincinnati Bengals, the Buffalo Bills. They don't have time. They may see a game sitting in a hotel room, but they don't have time to see a guy, talk to him, understand where his mindset is at. Can he get on the board and do certain things? That doesn't start till the Senior Bowl, the Combine. Now we start to unwrap all of those sort of things and really break it all the way down.
You have met Caleb, talked to him. When you looked into his eyes, what did you see?
I see a leader. I see a leader as a quarterback. There's no question. There's no question about it. He is a leader. Full disclosure, I have the Tommy Group, which is a NIL company who handles certain things for the university, our football program.
Cool.
And so I deal with Caleb a lot. So when you're having a conversation with him, it's like, oh, yeah, he's a leader. Man, the dude will not do an NIL deal if he does not involve many of his teammates. It's not selfish. That, to me, speaks volumes.
Just
That's crazy.
Looking at the tape, I don't know Caleb personally. I've met him twice. Just looking at the tape, he's the best college quarterback I've ever seen. And I came
that is
out
a mouthful.
And I came out of college with Andrew Luck. Just looking at the tape, he's the best college quarterback I've ever seen. I'll ask y'all to do something for me.
This is your lifetime? Or
in my lifetime. Now, I'm not going,
but there was this guy named Elway who played at Stanford.
He said his lifetime.
But
Vinny Testaverde was pretty good.
Here is why I say that. We have to update what a great quarterback is.
I get it.
The great quarterback now is the prototype, the archetype is Patrick Mahomes. The archetype is no longer Peyton Manning. The archetype is no longer Dan. The archetype is Pat Mahomes. Because Pat Mahomes is, well, the current archetype. Tom Brady, I don't believe, is the current archetype of quarterback. It's no longer 6'5", 225. It's now about 6'2.5". Can you run 4.7? Can you throw off time, etc.? I'll show you all 2 plays. Skip, the team that you rock with. 2 plays. I went to Texas. I'm watching Texas versus Oklahoma. Caleb Williams is a true freshman during these plays that you are about to see. The Sooners are down 28-7 at this moment, the start of the second quarter. Caleb Williams scrambles for 66 yards.
By the way, he didn't start the game.
Did not start the game. He replaced Spencer Rattler, who was a Heisman favorite going into the season. So that's one running play. Now I want to show you, after this running play, there is a pass play. He throws it off his back foot to Marvin Mims, 56 yards in the air, front pylon for a touchdown. I will ask one simple question. How many current NFL quarterbacks can do that? Patrick Mahomes could make the throw. I don't believe he could make the run. I believe Justin Fields could make the run. I don't believe he could make the throw. So when I talk about how good Caleb Williams is, Skip, you know this. You were watching this game. 14 million people watching. I was obviously watching. It's my alma mater. True freshman, Key, goes into the game down by 21 points. Hostile environment, one of the biggest rivalries in the history of the sport. And you go and you run for 66. You throw 56 off your back foot. How many NFL quarterbacks right now playing could do that? How many NFL quarterbacks in the history of football could do those two plays? And he did it as a true freshman. If Patrick Mahomes is the standard, and I do believe Patrick Mahomes is the standard, then Caleb Williams is to the NCAA what Patrick Mahomes is to the NFL.
But like I said earlier, right situation, right circumstances.
1,000%.
Andy Reid, Eric B.
1,000%. 1,000%.
So you got to
and Lincoln Riley. You feel me?
And now
exactly
Lincoln Riley. So you got to go to the right spot.
Exactly right.
By the way, Marvin Mims is a young stud. Watch what he does for Denver. I know they've been decimated at wideout. Just watch what he does. He can fly, and he always gets behind people, and he did make that catch.
Yeah, but I don't care about the Oklahoma-Texas game.
You don't. I'm going to show you one more Oklahoma play, much to your chagrin, because this is the one that got me. This is at Kansas. They're okay, but not real good, and we're getting in trouble. And it's getting a little dicey.
Takes the ball
and
from
all of a sudden, this happened.
I know where you're at.
I was actually running on the treadmill at this point, and I fell off.
I know where you're at.
He goes and takes the ball away from Kennedy Brooks on 4th and 3 and says, no, you're not going to get it. I'm going to go get the – I want the football, and I'm going to get the first down. And I said,
that's insane.
That you can't teach.
It's amazing.
You can't coach.
That is insane.
That is special.
The dude is amazing.
The dude pushed Reggie Bush over the pylon to score the touchdown against Notre Dame. I've seen stuff like that before.
Okay, all right, but it's, hey,
I swear,
you want to talk about poise and
that's
presence?
not what that was.
Like,
that's not the same.
Like, no,
you're seeing it before it happens.
He certainly has the poise. If you watch the San Jose State game the other night.
Okay, well, let's see that one play that he made because he.
Oh, you got it.
He bobbles the snap.
Yeah, okay.
Bobbles the snap. I got
like
this.
That's poise.
I'm almost going to throw it off my back foot.
Boom.
Yeah, that's poise right there.
And he throws it 70 yards. This is a 76-yard touchdown.
Come on,
he definitely has a hose. There's no question about it.
All right, now, to prototype. This kid is the polar opposite of Tom Brady.
I haven't really seen much Caleb
Williams. He's as far from Brady as you can get because almost all of his splash plays
one segment's making me a fan.
on improv, where he's breaking the pocket. He is not as tall as he looks on television.
He's a 6 footer.
He's 6 feet tall. They list him at 6'1" in the media guide at USC. He's 6 feet tall. You've seen him. You've looked down on him, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
His legs are stout. He's got tree trunk thighs, okay? He's got a base to him, but he has what Emmitt Smith had, which is what I call quickness in a confined space. He's got this make you miss, and he can get loose because he's got a power base to him. And if you just get one hand on him, you're not going to throw him down.
I just hope that he goes to the right place in the right situation.
Okay,
so I was drafted as a #1 overall pick. You know who my coach was? Richie Kotite.
Yeah, no, that's a problem.
I would be working at somewhere. I would messing around.
He can't even believe he just said this.
I died and went to heaven and got Bill Parcells. And my career completely changed. I caught, I don't know, 70-something balls as a rookie. But it wasn't, I had Richie Kotite as a coach. So I get Parcells, the rest is history. You got to get the right spot.
He will be, Skip, to go full circle and answer the question, he will be great. The question is, what level of greatness? I think about Deshaun Watson versus Patrick Mahomes. Deshaun goes to the Houston Texans and Bill O'Brien, and he elevated the Houston Texans to a perennial 10-win team. Patrick Mahomes, to Key's point, goes to Andy Reid. Andy Reid, in my mind, the second greatest or greatest offensive mind of the generation since the turn of the decade, and now Patrick Mahomes will go down as the greatest or the second greatest quarterback ever.
Here's my one issue with Caleb. Does this style of play translate ultimately in the National Football League, even though the game has changed dramatically?
Yes.
In the end, you do have to stand in that pocket and make some throws.
Yes.
You just do.
So when do you want him to win the Super Bowl? You want him to win the Super Bowl as a rookie?
No.
Not going to happen, Skip.
I'm just saying, I'm trying to translate. I'm trying to project.
So I'm
trying to see.
I'm going to get you there.
Yeah.
Same style as Patrick Mahomes. Same style.
Similar.
Same style.
Very similar.
One might be a 10, the other might be a 7. Same style.
Yeah.
Same style as Deshaun Watson. Same style.
I don't know. Deshaun can stand still and pick you
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. And at times he can stand still and do the same thing. You gotta watch his games.
I do.
So where I'm going with this is Jalen Hurts, same questions about him. He came from the air-raided Oklahoma, went in the 2nd round. Should have been a first-round pick for whatever reason. Did the same thing as Kyler Murray, same thing as Baker Mayfield at Oklahoma, but he goes in the 2nd round.
Yep.
Why that is, I have no idea. 2nd year as a full-time starter. He had the right head coach who put him in the right situation, put the team around him, went out and got A.J. Brown, went out and got Devontae Smith, said, okay, we getting ready to build something around this kid. The one thing that young quarterbacks have to have is alpha dogs on the perimeter. Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, they traded for him. A.J. Brown of Philly, I mentioned that. So all of those sort of things.
Listen, you want to talk about special? Jalen Hurts is
Justin Jefferson
rare.
to Caleb Williams.
But he can do the same things.
Jalen Hurts came out here after his first year to Tom House, my friend who works at USC.
Baseball.
Mr. Baseball, but football throwing guru. Brady came out to him. Breeze came out to him. All the best ones have come out. And Jalen Hurts rebuilt his throwing motion from Lincoln Riley in Oklahoma to what you saw last year. He became a deadly accurate thrower of the football with an above-average arm. It's not a cannon, but it's good enough.
Good enough.
And listen, he outplayed Patrick Mahomes in that Super Bowl game. You just go look at the numbers.
MVP, even though they lost.
Except for one little glitch where he just, I don't know what happened. He just lost concentration for one moment. He lost the handle, and it gets run all the way back, and that's the difference in the football game. It's hard to come back from that.
I just can't imagine Patrick Mahomes doing that exact thing, losing a fumble to lose the Super Bowl, that Skip would ever defend him again.
The offense that he's in right now, no.
But yet he'll do that with Jalen Hurts.
But his skill set can translate to the National Football.
I look at it like this, though. Give me the guy who I know can make threes. I'll teach him to make layups.
Yeah.
The guy who can make layups, I don't know if he'll ever be able to make threes.
Okay.
Caleb Williams can make threes. He can make half-court jumpers. He can shoot from the logo, figuratively speaking. So,
It's a good analogy.
Skip, throwing in the pocket, yeah, he can do that.
Okay.
But the fact is, how many quarterbacks can make the play he made against San Jose State in the NFL?
No, they're going to panic.
Bingo.
Bingo.
That's the word right there. Ball's on the ground. They would panic, and he throws it off his back foot. And again, I was at that game because thankfully the USC AD invited me there. That was the difference in the.
What is going on here?
Well, flex.
That was the difference in the game. Like, you remember, I'm sure you was watching that thing up close. I was like, wait a second. San Jose State? It's only 14-7?
Yeah, that's our defense.
Like,
Hey,
but that was the difference in the
seriously.
game.
That's our defense.
Well, wherever Lincoln has been, I'm not a big Lincoln guy
Stop,
because he
man.
left me high and dry,
He
and I
didn't
don't
leave
like.
you. He went to a better
snuck
place.
out under the darkness of night.
He went
That's
to
what he
a
did.
better place.
He did not go to a better place. We have a deeper tradition than you have. We've won more games than you have. We have the longest winning streak in the history of college football. Everybody wants to be a Sooner. They want to have. They want to wear that.
I didn't even mean to go down this rabbit hole with you.
Yeah.
But where do you live?
Huh?
Where do you live?
Where do I live?
Yeah.
Well, you know where I live.
Where do you live?
Right down the street from where we're sitting.
What city?
I live in Los Angeles.
Okay.
And I
do you live in Norman, Oklahoma?
No, I don't.
Do you?
I go back once a year.
Can you go to the Pacific Ocean anytime you want to? Lincoln Riley is overlooking the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to overlook farms. He wants to overlook the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
So the smarter move in the middle of the night.
Yeah, it was in the middle.
It was
of the
in
night.
the-
Yeah, it was. Same thing with Lane Kiffin left
And he
Tennessee.
says, "Oh, it
I'm
just happened.
leaving.
It just happened last night," says Lincoln Riley. Stinking Lincoln Riley.
As I
Lincoln.
tell people, there's only about 5 programs, college football programs, tell them all the time, in the entire country that you wouldn't leave to go to another college. USC, Texas,
There it is.
Michigan, Ohio State, and
Florida?
maybe Alabama.
Yeah, it used to be Notre Dame, but not.
Maybe, other than that,
Yeah.
you will leave everywhere else to come to USC.
said Texas. I
Yeah,
thought
no,
Texas.
Texas, you ain't going, no, for real.
Man.
Why would I leave Texas to go coach somewhere else? I got it, Texas is like a pro team.
All right, my final quick point on Caleb. If you're going to run around that way in the National Football League, you're going to get beat up.
No question.
And he has pulled some things occasionally at his hamstring last year. You're going to have to shut some of that down at the next level.
But that's all about the coaching.
Yeah.
Right situation, circumstances,
Okay,
environment.
it's been too long since I talked about the Dallas Cowboys, so we got to get back to it.
It was the last
Will
segment.
Micah Parsons be the NFL's best defensive player this season?
Oh.